Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah. The Tavistock and Portman Clinic is the only clinic here in the UK, NHS funded, that helps, coerces, mismanages the gender transition of children as young as 3.
To Jannah.
And they've been handing out puberty blockers like they're Skittles or something, mate. So reports say that they could face legal action for rushing the treatment for children and adolescents because many of these were minor and misdiagnosed. So on the one hand, children are too young to vote, to drink, to drive, but when it comes to changing gender, no problem, that's fine, mate. Children say all sorts of things when they're young, especially when they're like 3. Children also claim that they're pirates. What are you gonna do? Chop off their leg and stick a parrot on their shoulder? But whenever you speak to these LGBT individuals, they say,
look, what about those youth that are killing themselves because they're in the wrong gender, mate? You want them to do that? Increase suicide? Is that something you can live with?
Look, rather than getting, sucked into emotions, let's see what the studies say, yeah? In 2010, when puberty blockers became widely available in the US, suicide rates increased in these very areas, as you guys can see. According to another study, there was no significant difference in the psychological function, thoughts of self-harm, or body image. And then of course there's other studies to suggest that puberty blockers can result in infertility in girls. It can affect bone density, and of course it can even affect orgasms as well. If puberty was such a bad thing, I'm sure the scientific literature would have told us. Or better still, the Quran or the holy books of the various religions, some of them would have mentioned it. When you speak to these kids, they're just afraid of the period. They're afraid of the change. They're afraid of moving on to the next part of their life. And that is normal. So puberty blockers and the whole LGBT thing is the wrong answer to the right questions. And what are the right questions? The right questions are the issues that the kids find when growing up. In fact, Jessica LaHaye in the Addiction Inoculation gives 3 main issues that teens go through. Number 1, it's troubling experiences. And I'm sure we can all relate to that. Fights in the schools, bullying, and the likes. Number 2 is unexpected emotions. Yeah, just a surge of anger, of feelings to the opposite gender, of getting rejected. Number 3 is fitting in. We know what's in one year is gonna be out the next year. If that's not all, there's so many different cliques and groups as well. Are you in the rap crowd? Are you in the rock crowd? Are you in the nerd crowd? Whatever it is, mate. So guys, this is why it's so important for parents to be involved in the first 10 years of the tarbiyah, of the upbringing of the children. Because if you just leave them, if you're too busy with, earning the dollar and a dime, paying for the Sky and, phone subscriptions or whatever, Netflix subscriptions, mate, you are going to let your kids go and become confused, because the first 10 years are so important. You need to put support systems in place, be it religious education, be it strong-willed and strong personality mentors. You need to ensure that they get good friends, and let's face it, you need to be involved, supervising them. I know they want to be left alone, but you gotta be on their case, because the early years are so important. And of course, when kids feel alienated when they're young, they will get pulled into obscure groups like the LGBT who say, look, you can be anything you want. Look, you're going through this, we'll accept you. So if you see your child not making friends and, being, closed off and stuff like that, facilitate their journey to self-discovery. Not self-discovery as is portrayed by some individuals. Self-discovery, like take them to different clubs, get them to explore different parts of their personality and their hobbies, and help them meet with different people and interact with different people as well. Inshallah that helps. Let's leave it there until next time. Assalamu alaikum.